If you clicked on this video, you're probably interested or heard of the game known as Dungeons and Dragons, or in short, D&D. Let's briefly explain what is D&D. It's a role-playing game with a turn-based fighting system where you can turn your ideas into an amazing game. Everything is decided by a roll of a dice. You sit with your friends at the same table or sit on Discord and go on countless adventures. There are two roles. Player, a person who creates his own character and role-plays as the character on the adventure. Game Master, Dungeon Master, a person who controls the game. He's the one who controls the world, the story, and decides what should happen with the roles. Are you getting bored of computer games? Did I guess right? That's exactly when I looked for other fun things to do and found D&D. Computer games are limited by the system and room on your disk, while there are no limits to the D&D game. Your brain doesn't have a limit, the only limit is your imagination, which will be happy to imagine the session of D&D you'll play. But I'm not into fantasy. I said there are no limits. That's just basic setting, but there are countless books and systems prepared for different settings. Like sci-fi? No problem. What about cyberpunk? Sure. You like anime? There are countless choices like Demon Slayer or Jujutsu Kaisen. You can even play the horror version of D&D. While there are prepared books like Classic D&D or Pathfinder, there are so-called homebrews or custom campaigns prepared by other players that wanted to experience something different. You can even completely prepare your own game with your own rules, systems and classes. But before you attempt that, I recommend playing a few normal classical games to get to know the rules and how things work. I played a 7-hour long one-shot, there's a video about it, which was set in classical D&D. After that I tried making my own game because I didn't like a few rules. I created my own system, but a few rules needed some changes. Later in the game I needed to patch things up and they seemed very weird. All things are decided by the roll of the dice, and we all like.
Let's go gambling! Aw, dang it.
Some of you might think it's boring, but it makes some situations tense, where you want a high roll to succeed and you watch as the dice roll on the table, waiting for the number you want. Success is rewarding, and failure is really frustrating. Could even lead to the death of your character. Sometimes it leads to funny situation where the player rolls a low number like critical 1, which is guaranteed failure no matter what. In fight, it often leads to friendly fire. In certain situations, depending on the game master, it can lead to funny moments. And that's the other cool thing. As a game master, you're in full control of what happens. You are the god. But I'm gonna talk about being a game master later on in the video. First, let's talk about what the players do. The very first thing you'll do as a player starts even before the game. Creating characters can be fun on 3 planes: design, backstory, and build. Making illustrations of your own character, even checking the design of other characters is fun. Just write D&D characters and check many interesting designs of other players. Write an amazing backstory that Game Master might use in the game or even base a whole mission on it. After all, your character is part of the world the Game Master created. As build, I refer to choosing race, class and abilities to your liking, making yourself useful or strong. Become a wizard who pulverizes his opponents with strong spells. Make a barbarian who will blindly jump into fights and live with the highest skill count in the team. Master martial arts by being a monk and throwing their hands. There are many races to choose, from humans and elves to robots and plasma. There are around 13 classes in D&D, and each of them has a subclass, so if you had a hard time choosing a class, good luck choosing a subclass. Want to be a warrior but you'd like to throw some magic spells? Bang! Eldritch Knight. Do you want to be a hunter with a beastly companion at your side? Bang! Ranger Beastmaster. The fighting system is for both strategists and those who just like to fight. Strategically position and use spells to your advantage, or just jump into the fight, do a lot of damage, and hear those words from Game Master. How would you like to finish him? Oh, I want to grab his jaw and drag him across. You're some kind of crazy person? Yep. Now it's time for Game Master. You can create your own world however you want. Make it dark, make it magical, make it classic. Do it however you want. Prepare epic adventures, encounters, NPCs, bosses that players will remember for months.
I am Melania, Blade of Mikola.
And if you want to go plus ultra, you can prepare your own maps of the world, towns, maps for the battles, some even DEI day maps with sponges, clay and plaster. And there are also many pictures and videos how people do that. And if you're as crazy as me, you can create your own D&D game and system from zero. Now you're certain you want to play D&D? Now you just need to find some friends.